Sounds daunting, doesn't it? And expensive. And who in their right mind would want to possibly start legal proceedings if it could be avoided? But let me tell you, it's not actually as bad as it sounds. And a couple of £100 in a few hours of your work could see a very heavy weight lifted off of your shoulders. Take Davina. Her quest for the perfect Christmas gift saw her wind up in court.
Well, our son was 6 years old at the time, and he spends a lot of time up on the farm, and he sees the quad bike up on the farm, and he said he would love to have a quad bike of his own. So we shopped around and found a really good one on an internet auction site.
Now we all know finding the ideal present can be a total nightmare. But Supermum Davina, well, she had it sussed.
Well, the bike arrived sort of late November, and my husband actually started it up to make sure that it started okay, which it did. We put it away up in the big shed up on the farm until Christmas Day so that Charlie wouldn't see it.
Come Christmas Day, Mum was happy, Son was happy, everything was going smoothly. So I get the feeling that things were about to go wrong.
Well, as soon as Charlie saw the bike, he was dying to go on it, so we geared him up in his little suit and helmet that we'd bought for him, and he was soon whizzing around the field opposite the bungalow, having a whale of a time. Well, after a few laps of the field, we realised that the bike was slowing down, and when it slowed down a lot, it was cutting out. So my husband went to have a look at it, and he could see that the idling screw had popped out, and in a field full of mud and grass, we couldn't find the screw anywhere, so we had to sort of give up on the bike that day.
Ah, there it is. The bike wasn't up to scratch. Not one to give up, Davina got in touch with the company and they promised to send replacement parts. But they never arrived.
It was probably about 3.5, 4 months. We were waiting for a simple screw, which was ridiculous really, when his website had said that he was we were guaranteed next day delivery on spare parts. To wait 3.5 months for a screw was very frustrating. Yeah. We did receive a screw by recorded delivery, but it was the wrong one.
Fed up with waiting, Davina took the bike to a friendly mechanic to see if he could get it going. He couldn't get hold of a screw to fit, but even worse, he discovered that the flywheel and casing were also faulty. This bike was going nowhere with or without an idling screw. This just gets worse and worse. Davina's son had a bike he couldn't ride, Davina was out of pocket, and I bet Santa was a bit cheesed off as well. Davina got back in touch and the new parts were sent, but again they were the wrong sort and the seller went very quiet. Weeks turned into months, more emails and letters were sent with no response. There was only one place left for Davina to go, a local court or small claims court. Call it whatever you like. Now it should be a last resort, but it is a very effective one. Davina put in a claim for the full cost of the quad bike and all her postage costs, a total of £380, and this is how she did it, all without setting foot in a court. It goes a bit like this. You start your claim. You can do it online, and it can be at any court in England and Wales. Now you'll have to pay a small fee. This varies between £100 and £225 depending on how much you're claiming back, which can be a maximum of £5,000.
We filled the small claims court application online, and we also had to send all the documentation that we had to the local court regarding the case, together with the application form which they'd sent us. And within a short space of time we received notification that they'd actually found him guilty of owing us the money, and that CCJ had been awarded against him for the full amount plus the court fees.
It's not as scary as you might think. It's very informal, you don't have to take along a solicitor, and it gives you a chance to both explain your side of the story. Now, if you win, you should be awarded your fees back as well. However, there is one word of warning here. Being awarded a county court judgment in your favour doesn't guarantee you your money back. Although it does add a big black mark on the credit record of the debtor, it can't enforce payment, although in most cases this shouldn't be a problem. Don't be afraid of the small claims court. I've been there myself on a few occasions. I won, and it was actually quite a good experience.